Good morning and happy Sunday, Central Georgia. Hopefully everybody had a great time yesterday celebrating the 250th, and I know I had a great time with family and friends, and I just wanted to come on here today and give you the extended forecast for the end of the holiday weekend, and especially as we hit off and go into the work week, which is going to look like a copy and repeat, but we'll take a look at some of the things that we have going on. There's not much in terms of really big things that are happening, no big weather systems and stuff. So this might be a little bit more of like a boring extended forecast, but overall it's still going to look into the rest of today. And if you had any plans with friends and family for the rest of today going into the nighttime and kicking off the work week. So I'm going to take this full. I have a really cool picture to kick off with some of the festivities that we had. Somebody named Dave did submit this on our weather network, and I was really excited to show this. There's the fireworks in the background, and that little tiny dot right there that he had circled in the red is actually Venus. So Venus was in really good visibility last night. It did set around 11:16 in the west-northwest direction. So if you were shooting fireworks in that direction, it was available after sunset, which was actually really cool. And we do have a couple more phenomenons that you could actually see if you wanted to for tonight. We do have Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So if you look into the night sky, at least tonight, it says average visibility for Jupiter will actually be around after sunset. So we have until 9:54. So if you wanted to see something very similar tonight, if we have really good coverage tonight in terms of visibility, you might be able to see Jupiter. But this was a really cool picture that Dave submitted. If you have any other cool pictures from the fireworks or how you were beating the heat last night, definitely submit them to our weather network and you might see it featured this week. Overall, we started the morning off beautifully. We have a new Skycam coming in for the Warner Robin Skycam this week, so that camera will be fixed very shortly. Overall, we had a beautiful morning, some pink skies as we woke up this morning, and a few stray showers. Overall, most of the area is nice and dry. Current temperature right now in Dublin is 87 degrees, but it feels like 105. So the heat is still there for another day today. We do have another heat advisory, but thankfully, as we make it through the rest of the weekend, that heat dome that we were talking about earlier this week has now moved off to the northwest and into the Atlantic. So if you noticed, there's not that big widespread heat throughout the United States. Now we're finally seeing some separations. So we have some cooler spots right here. We do have a stationary front that is planted right here with a low pressure right here. I don't know if you can notice some of these little parcels kind of spinning, and we also have another little low pressure right here. So nothing in terms of really big changes, as in any really big cold fronts or anything on our way. It's going to be very much a normal summertime pattern type of week. So temperatures this week will stay very consistent and will actually come down closer to average. For the rest of today, we will be above average. Temperatures right now at 10:05 this morning are in the 80s across most of the southeast. And as we come closer to home, we're in the low to mid and upper 80s in most spots. I think the warmest spots right now are in our southern counties, and southeast part of Georgia can see some really high numbers in terms of feels like temperatures today. Overall, the winds are nice and calm. They are coming out of the west and the southwest, so we are bringing in some ample moisture from the Gulf. And today there is a bigger possibility of catching a shower or storm as we head into the afternoon. So lots of mugginess, lots of humidity. There's a better visual of the wind parcels right here. So these little wind parcels, especially all this moisture that's starting to pump in right here, some of the darker greens, you can expect your feels like temperatures to be a lot higher. And we do have another heat advisory yet again today. Feels like temperatures right now, though, are in the upper 80s, low 90s, some places already in the upper 90s and hitting the triple digits. It feels like 105 degrees in Dublin, 101 in Wrightsville, 91 in Milledgeville, 97 in Gordon, 92 in Cochrane, 99 in Unadilla, 96 in Cordele, and 80s overall in Roberta, Macon, Sparta, Thomaston, and a 98 in Vidalia. So lots of very warm temperatures today. Today will be another hot and muggy day. Trying to find ways to beat the heat, still hydrating as well. We do have another heat advisory yet again for today for most of central Georgia. Either way, Upson and Lamar County, I know you guys are not highlighted in this. I would still treat it as such because you could still have feels like temperatures of at least 100 degrees, 101, and those are really hot temperatures regardless. So just all the heat safety tips that we've been talking about each and every day with the water, maybe the IV packets and any electrolytes as well, because heat indices will be in the triple digits for a good portion. But we do see some dips. So today the only difference is with these little dips in our heat indices, there is the possibility of catching a stray shower or an isolated storm today, which is honestly a great thing to get a little bit of a break from the heat. So some relief is on the way. And as we go into the nighttime hours, especially as we have some more cloud cover acting like a blanket, we can at least cool off a little bit sooner than we did yesterday. I know the evening and the nighttime, even with fireworks going, it was still pretty hot last night. Yesterday we reached a high of 97 degrees, so we are above average for another day. But surely as we head into this week, temperatures will actually come back down just a couple degrees and will be around average for this week. Still not as, well, at least a couple degrees off from our high in 1979 of 101. We won't see a near 100 day, I don't think, anytime soon. We're actually going to take a look at when we do find our 100-degree day on the calendar. But overall, this week, we'll just stay within the 90s. Hot, muggy, scattered showers and storms. Better chance of catching one today than we did yesterday. Yesterday was just one of those very brief, short-lived showers. Still lots of heavy rain involved with them. Today, you could expect some more scattered showers and storms, but you can also expect some heavier rain, some possibly stronger winds today, and if anything, some frequent lightning, obviously, with each and every storm, especially us really deep diving into the summer. We can expect, some of these storms can be a little bit on the stronger side. Yesterday, we did have some stronger storms up north in North Georgia. Currently across the southeast, the only showers and storms we find currently are in Tennessee, leaving Louisiana, heading into Mississippi, and going into at least west of Montgomery and south of Birmingham. Overall, right now in our area, not much in terms of rain chances. I think we stay still pretty clear. We did have a stray isolated shower in Bibb County this morning and in Warner Robins. Overall, we spend the rest of the morning nice and dry with a little bit of cloud cover as we do head into the afternoon. If you had any extended holiday plans with the family and friends to either grill out or go to the pool, I would just be wary on maybe the earlier afternoon will be better than the later afternoon. You could still catch one of these scattered showers and storms throughout the next at least couple hours. As we head into the 12 o'clock hour, you can expect some of these to fire up then. We'll go throughout the afternoon and evening, and as we head into the nighttime hours, the sun does set at 8:46 p.m. So there is still the possibility of it raining during those hours in some places. So if you had a couple fireworks you still wanted to use and that were left over from yesterday into tonight, I would definitely just look at the radar before you step outside or just peek out the window, because you could be under one of these showers or storms and you might not be able to use the rest of your fireworks as we head into the nighttime hours. And then the summertime pattern comes back yet again. We have winds coming out of the south and southwest, bringing in that moisture each and every day. It's almost like clockwork. As we wake up in the mornings, it'll be nice and dry. As we go into the daytime hours of 12, 1, 2, the prime time heating of the day, you can expect those showers and storms to consistently pop up each and every day this week. And then the overnight hours typically will end up being nice and quiet. We're not looking at anything severe right now. Nothing is laid out in terms of the SPC or the National Weather Service. So it's just looking like a very consistent and daily summertime pattern as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The mornings start yet nice and dry, and the afternoons have showers and storms. We're not in a level 1 for today. This is the day 1 from the storm prediction outlook, but it is a very big travel day for some. So if you have any friends or family that are driving to and from your house or going back home and preparing to hit the road today, especially in the afternoon and later evening, there was some severe weather yesterday. So a couple of people that did have some celebrations up north did get interrupted by some hail and frequent thunder and lightning and some possible showers. That still can be expected for today, especially in the area shaded in green. So just warn any family and friends that you may know that are hitting the roads later today. Overall, we're not outlined in this, but we could still, yet again, it's the summertime and we do have the ample energy for maybe a stronger storm within the afternoon. Overall, the weekend grillcast has now been moved to a yellow for Sunday. So if you're planning on grilling and trying to plan out lunchtime and dinner time for the rest of today, especially as we wrap up the holiday weekend, just know that you could have one of those isolated showers or storms. So look up at the sky. If you see those dark clouds coming in, I would definitely suggest bringing those plans inside. And if you do want to hit the pool, I would hit the pool now and maybe before 12 o'clock, that 12 to 1 o'clock hour, because then you can at least dodge some of those showers and storms within the afternoon. It isn't a washout at all, but we do have kind of like a more broad scattered chance today than we did yesterday. And they seem to be a little bit more long-lived than we had just yesterday. Yesterday we had some very short-lived ones, but still feels like temperatures are at 100 plus when it is nice and dry and we do see the sunshine. So drinking water, wearing lots of sunscreen. The sunset does set at the same time as we had yesterday, around 8:46 p.m. Too hot to trot, pause on the pavement. As we go into the week, temperatures will come down a couple of degrees, but still from 85 to 95 degrees. That's when those temperatures on the concrete and asphalt can range from 105 to 140 and 130 to 155. So just keeping an eye on your pets, your children, as you're spending time outside today, going to the playground, the pool, drinking that water, and always keeping an eye on any pets and children while you're doing your errands and going to the grocery store and taking groceries inside out of the car. Even if you're going into the car, maybe turn on the car first, let the air blow a little bit, and then load everybody in as you're loading in the groceries. It's just simple and easy ways to make sure everybody is safe. As we look at the rest of this week and looking into next week, scattered showers and storms, that summertime pattern does return each and every day, and temperatures do come back to around average. So we'll just take kind of a deeper look at the extended, some of the humidity and outlooks for precipitation from the Prediction Center and temperature outlooks to see where we're looking at for the month of July, since we just started this first week of July and with it being the holiday weekend. And we'll wrap up with a few of the tropics things and see what's going on with the tropics, if there's been any changes or anything. So as we go into our surface map, like I said, there isn't any big systems making our way, not any huge cold fronts that will make a big difference. Now that we hit the summertime, things will be very consistent. This front right here, as we head throughout the week, will dip down a bit into the southeast, but it will become a stationary front, and that will give us at least a little bit of a driving force for some more showers and storms each and every day as we head into the following week. So there isn't any big consistency consistency in the areas around our area, it looks like the green and the blue for the GFS and the Euro do match up with the front kind of being here. It looks like the front may leave. Some of the runs we had yesterday had the front sticking around, so no big agreements on those colors coming together. It looks like it could be a little bit sooner, it could be a little bit later, or sooner, later. So as we head into the following week, I could easily safe to assume that with the moisture that we have in place and the humidity, especially as we go throughout the week, and winds coming out from the south, and with our heat, we can still see daily afternoon showers and storms, and those mornings becoming nice and dry. And the moisture just stays with us, so prepare for especially a lot of moisture coming in on Wednesday. Look at these arrows. It looks like that low pressure does come down by Wednesday, and we have that front kind of stationed right here. So in terms of July, does it look like we're gonna have more rain, less rain? We're actually looking really good in terms of our drought monitor. Most of our entire area is almost completely out of the drought, so some really good news. As we go into the 10th to the 16th of July, we are above normal in terms of our drought monitor, which is in terms of how much rain we're gonna get, and it really is great for our drought monitor since we do have just a few areas. If you do remember, in May, we had almost the entire state under a drought, which was really something that we were wishing and praying that we had a lot of rainfall, and then we had actually an extended amount of rainfall due to Tropical Storm Arthur. So we actually have more than we need, which is actually really great. And some areas are still outlined in the abnormally dry, but it's still, those are like very low levels of drought. So far Central Georgia is actually looking really good in terms of rainfall. If we consistently stay at least around average or above average, that could be still a really great thing for us as we head into the summertime months. Our first 100-degree day does usually happen around this time. The earliest it's ever happened is May 26th for Macon. Our average is around June 2nd, so we actually are a little bit later than the average, and September 18th is the latest that it has ever occurred in Macon. In June, our highest temperature of the year still has been 96 degrees. It occurred on the 13th and the 29th. As we started July, we have been above average each and every day. The average for this time of year is 93 degrees, and yesterday we had a high of 97. So right now, I think that is leading the year with the hottest day of the year so far for us. And as we head into the following week, afternoon highs will come down a couple degrees. We'll be around average, 95 degrees today, 94 on Monday, and then 92, 94, and 95 for the following days as we head into the rest of the week. From July 10th to the 16th, we'll actually split. Some of the area will be around normal, and then our central and southeastern counties and mostly our southern counties can experience a couple degrees warmer above normal as we head into further July. Hurricane season, yet again, is still in play. There's nothing expected in the next 7 days. We have lots of Saharan dust that is coming off the west coast of Africa that is limiting any development, which is really good news for us. So we only have crossed one name so far off our 2026 Atlantic Basin hurricane names. Tropical Storm Arthur, that was not a very long-lived storm, ended up crossing that first one off, and we have right now no actual scenes of when our next one will be to cross off Bertha. So we're pretty good right now. Typically during our year, we start to see an increase after July heading into August and September. Our first hurricane typically happens around August 11th. The peak of the season, as a lot of you may know, is September 10th, and the season does end by November 30th. So I think we're doing really great so far. They did mention this year that it would be a below average year due to El Nino. The typical amount that we do have in terms of tropical storms is around 14. 7 hurricanes and 3 major hurricanes. Overall, I think it'll be a below average year so far, as most of Colorado State University and NOAA is predicting it to be. overall, we're looking at a great end to the holiday today. If you had any outdoor plans with family and friends, just check that radar on our app. It's the 24/7 radar. There is a possibility of catching one of those brief showers and storms this afternoon. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 90s. For some spots, triple digit feels like temperatures of up to 107 degrees. So make sure you're practicing those heat safety tips as we finish off this beautiful and amazing memorable, my words this morning, weekend. As we go into this week, we are just saying a copy and paste. Each and every day, temperatures stay around average. So average is 93. We'll see low to mid 90s throughout the week, and afternoon showers and storms each and every day as we head into the following week. So I know not much changes in terms of yesterday. Yesterday we had a lot more fun graphics. It was a lot more events. Hopefully you had a great time with family and friends yesterday and finding ways to at least cool off and beat the heat. Just remember all the safety tips as we finish off the weekend and kicking off the work week. It's going to be hopefully a more calmer and just easy pattern as we go throughout the rest of this week. So overall, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Braylon will be with you guys tonight, and if there is anything in terms of stronger storms, he will be the one to let you know. And hopefully you have a great and safe, blessed end of 4th of July weekend. I will leave it on the 7-day so you guys can take just a wider look on some of those temperatures and stuff. We don't have anything currently on our radar. Showers and storms will probably start to pop up after 12 into the early afternoon and later evening. So overall, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday for midday.